Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Cody.
And this is Keeping Scoreboard Game Reviews. And today we're reviewing Survival of the Fittest.
This is a game designed by Kurt Bertels. Yeah, Bertels. And this was sent to us for the purposes of preview. It is a prototype copy, so the final version of the game during the Kickstarter may look slightly different or be adjusted in several different ways. But as the game design stands currently, this is what it is. The whole point of the game is every player has a lion. And that lion needs to take out everybody else's prey while, you try to keep your prey alive. On your turn, you're going to roll 2 dice. If you score a double, you get to pick one of these 3D elements that are further barriers that cannot be moved through and put it on the board wherever you like. Once all 4 have been placed that way, anybody who rolls doubles after that gets to pick one up and move it around. One of the dice will count as your predator's movement, and the other die will be your prey movement. The prey movement is divided amongst all 5 of your prey, so you can decide to move your prey, one prey 6 spaces, or move all your prey different amounts of spaces, depending on what you need in the situation. This is a 2-player setup, and we are going to show you a little bit how it plays, and then we're going to talk about our thoughts on it.
And you can play up to 4 players.
Yes, you can play up to 4, and I will tell you now, I suspect the more players you play with, the more you're going to enjoy this. Go ahead, dear.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think the more players you play with, the better you're going to like it.
Currently, the rules.
With 2 players, you're basically just chasing each other around. And so you're moving hexagon by hexagon, and the board is really big for just 2 people going after each other. So I think probably this is going to play best at 3 or 4.
For sure. And I think if I have any advice for the creators, perhaps if you want to do 2-player, include like a smaller board for that variant, just to kind of up that tension a little bit. The way you take prey is you have to roll the exact number to land on them, but that's not very hard to do with so many open hexagons. So maybe a smaller board for 2-player variant would make it a little more tense. We're going to go ahead and play a little bit for you, and then we'll give you our final thoughts. Dear, you can go first if you like.
So 4 and a 2. So obviously I want to start aiming for some of his creatures. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I guess I'll move my zebra back 2.
I rolled a 6 and a 3. I am also going to kind of do what she's doing and aim for somebody. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then for 3, I think I'm going to readjust where he's at and go 1, 2, and then I'll readjust where the zebra is and move it back 1.
6 and a 5. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 5. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I too got a 6 and a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and that is 5.
You can't move 6 when you only have
Yeah, I'm aware.
6 and a 1. So let's see. You are in that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1.
My antelope is very nervous. It feels like it's on the dinner menu.
And I'll move that to 1.
All right. Well, you can see here she's got one of my antelope on the dinner menu. I'm going to move it 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to move my lion 3 and put a little more pressure on her animals as well.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She's got a choice of antelope at this point.
I'm going to take out that guy. And then
I think she might win this one. I feel nervous.
1, 2.
5 and a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2.
5 or 2.
You can just take that out with a 2.
Yep, we'll take this guy out with 2. And then 5. Let's see.
Run away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, an important note about the animals. They will have different point totals depending on what prey they are. And the way you win the game is you're going to add together the back of those, plus if you're the last predator with prey on the board, you'll also score points for whoever you have left. You are allowed to take more than one prey in a turn. So if I can roll like a 5 here, I can take out both of these at once. Or I could roll a 4. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. So I'm going to go ahead and end my turn for the lion right there and breathe down her other animal's bottom. And then I'm going to go a 1 to move my antelope back.
I think that's a kudu.
Or that's a gazelle, and this is a what? An antelope of some sort?
That's a kudu. Or kudu, I think.
Kudu? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep, take them both.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She killed my animals.
And now 2, 1, 2.
So that's 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3. And the other one is a 1. I'm sorry, I misspoke. So 1.
Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
6 and a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can go ahead and take that. And then I've got a 2, so I'll keep playing Ring Around the Rosie with this lion over here with my last prey.
5 and a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1.
Sorry, love. 4 and a 2. Well, I guess I better go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then a 2, so my lion's just going to go 1, 2, and just, he's a little fool. He's moving slowly towards his next meal.
2 and a 1.
Yes! The dice have chosen me! Probably not, actually. I'm still going to lose. I'm going to try. 5 and a 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
5.
Oh no, that's off camera. Dear, you move a little faster than I do. Sorry, got to retrieve the dice, folks. We know I've got a 1. That's not terribly helpful, really.
You should get a 0 for going off the table.
You hear that? She's going to penalize me for going off the table. That's all right. The die penalized me anyway. So let's hope she rolls a couple of 1s, shall we? 1, 2. Oh, no. I fear this is the end, folks. Oh, I know this is the end because she's just going to use that 5 to walk over me. You don't have to.
3, 2,
you can step on me on the way through.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She takes the last of the prey. So her score is going to be the numbers on the back of her pieces plus the value of her remaining zebra.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I scored a piddly 5. But that's how you play on 2-player. I mean, As far as I can tell in the rules, there are no variants or anything currently. It's enjoyable enough, but it is a roll and move, and it's not terribly chaotic with 2 players. I think, like she said, if my son were here, for instance, and we had 3 people playing, this would be a little more tense and definitely a lot more chaotic. We haven't got the opportunity to play it with, 3 and 4 people enough to really talk about it because my son hasn't been over here to play it with us. But it always feels kind of samey at 2 players, I think, which is a problem. I think that could be addressed by making a smaller 2-player board and making it more tense. That would mean quicker games.
The other thing is that the 4 different pawn colors, the yellow and the light green, are very similar in color. So when we initially played with the yellow and then the light green.
See how similar those are? Can you tell me the color differences?
So this is the yellow, this one's a green. So, I mean, there's a little bit of a difference. No, that's one of my greens.
That's your line.
That's how. All right, so these are both, this is a yellow and a green. And these are very, very similar in color when
so
you're looking at it.
Makes it, especially if you're playing those 2 colors, makes it incredibly difficult.
Versus the green and the brown. I mean, the green and the brown are very distinct from the other 2, but this light trying to be chartreuse and yellow are really, really similar. So I'd suggest, if they haven't gone full production yet, to change one of those, because especially if you have someone who has some color vision issues, they're going to have a real hard time with that.
Speaking of that, if you have color blindness problems, there should be some sort of symbols on the pieces to differentiate them if you can't see color. I don't care what you pick, just each team should have a little symbol somewhere on their pieces so that they can tell who they are. I know that isn't ideal sometimes for the graphical layout of a game, but color blindness, I've got several friends I've played board games with, it is a large problem. So that would be an easy way to address that, perhaps. That also would negate the need to change these colors, simply because, there's a diamond on those, and there's a square on these, and a circle over there, and a triangle over there, or something. I know I defaulted to Sony PlayStation controller symbology, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's a fun, quick, simple game that definitely will get to the table fairly regularly. It's not bad in any way, shape, or form. It just doesn't fit the 2-player arena very well because it's too large. There are a couple ways they could address that. They could address it by making a secondary, smaller board. You could have bots to control the other 2 players so that they have, you draw a card and that's their dice roll, and then it tells you their movement, something like that. I know that's added development time and production and all those things, but since I'm not the designer, I'm sure the designer could probably come up with a way to address things. I do really appreciate that they've sent us this to preview. It is a game that I have enjoyed, but it has a little bit of growing to do, I think, in the design, or a few small things to address to make it really sing.
Or just make it a 3+
player game. You could make it a 3+ player game.
Because, I mean, while you can play it at 2, it just lacks a lot of excitement.
It lacks excitement. It's too big, too broad. It kind of always devolves into who's going to get that last piece without any other aspects. And I mean, these are fine to kind of add a little bit to it, but as you saw, we didn't throw any doubles at all. And that's the issue with the dice, because, that last zebra, I could have been like, no, sorry, you got to go around the entire board now. And that would have been great. That would have been fine. Luck of the dice, which is fine. But that, this adds a little bit of excitement on a 2-player game, but it definitely would sing at 3 to 4.
Yep.
So we're not going to give it a score because it is a pre-production copy. I look forward to playing a finalized copy at some point after the Kickstarter. They haven't said when the Kickstarter is going to open, but it should be soon, according to their website. So I've been Cody.
And I'm still Elizabeth.
Thank you for joining us. It has been our pleasure. Have a wonderful day, folks.